What's going on, guys? It's Yuval here. Today we're gonna take this photo which was shot around fall and really make it look like it was shot on a cold, wintry, snowy kind of day. So I don't know where you guys live, but in my country it never really snows. So I really wanted to make this kind of photo, but I couldn't make it without basically faking it. So I thought I'd make a tutorial on it. So let's go ahead and start. So before adding the snow, we kind of want to take this photo, which is pretty warm, and make it look like, make it have the general atmosphere of winter, make it colder looking. So we're gonna do that first before adding the actual snow. So let's go ahead and start with a curves layer. We're gonna go to the blues and just take this little point a little bit up, something like that. Okay, so that's for the start, and now we're gonna keep adding more adjustment layers until we get to where we want to. So next I'm gonna take the photo filter, and let's choose, let's try probably gonna go with this one. Let's lower the opacity a little bit. Okay, so next I'm gonna go to selective color and just play around with everything. Kinda mute all the yellows and reds and try to boost up the blues in this. So I'm just playing around here. Alright, so let's kind of remove just a part of it from my face. I wanted to have some effect, but not on 100% opacity. So we're gonna basically we're gonna use layer masks, and if you guys don't really know how layer masks work, basically every time you paint with black on it, on the adjustment layer, it's gonna erase the effect of the adjustment layer on where you painted. And if you're gonna use white, then the opposite will happen. It's gonna reveal the adjustment layer. So everything is white, as you can see. So that means the adjustment layer is affecting everything. So I'm gonna take a brush, black brush, soft brush, gonna lower the opacity and the flow, and let's just start painting a little bit, not too much. Okay, that looks good. Let's continue. We're gonna go to where is it? Gradient map, and let's choose very light blue color, something like that, and dark blue. Now let's play around with these different blending options and see which one can give us the result that we want. Yeah, so maybe we'll go hard light and obviously lower the opacity. Let's go to curves and just add a little bit of contrast to this. Okay, what else can we do? Let's go to view and saturation and kind of see if that makes anything better. Okay, that made a little bit of a difference. Let's play around with levels a little bit. Go to the blues, see what we can do. Okay, now I do want to add a little bit of yellows to the highlights, because I don't want this being too overwashed with blue color. It will be a little bit boring. So let's go to color balance, go to highlights, add a little bit of yellows. Now let's go to the shadows and add the blues. Let's play around with the midtones as well. Okay, that looks a little bit too green. So let's go to the green and just lower that slightly. Go to the blues again. Okay, now her face is a little bit off in its color, and it also should be kind of brighter. So I've opened up a new curved layer adjustment, and let's just make it brighter. And I think it's a little bit, it has too much magenta in it. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay, now we only want this adjustment layer to affect her face. So again, I'm gonna use layer mask and basically paint everything black. So now nothing of this adjustment is coming through, and I'm now gonna paint with white on her face. Okay, so that made quite a big difference. I like where we're going, so let's keep pushing it more. It's still a little bit too green, so I'm gonna go to hue and saturation and kind of take it somewhere around here. That looks better. And as you guys can see, I'm basically just playing around with a bunch of different adjustment layers. So there's no point in mimicking exactly what I do. You don't need the exact numbers, because it's gonna depend on your image and your style eventually. So that's just what works for me and for my image. But you guys should play around with it. I've showed you a bunch of different adjustment layers. So we're just gonna keep doing that until we get to a point where we can start adding the snow, and then we'll make a few final adjustments. So I think this is a little bit too saturated. I'm gonna drop the vibrance a little bit, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, something like that looks pretty good. And let's go on. Maybe we'll add another curves just there. Just a little bit of an S-curve. That looks good. And I think we're quite ready now to add the actual snow. So for this you're gonna need a snow brush, and I'm gonna link a free brush in the description below that you can download. It's from Danny Diamond. He made a tutorial on how to add snow, and that's basically how I made this image. But the difference is he already used an image that was shot in winter. So what I'm showing you guys is also how to create how to take an image that doesn't look like it was shot in winter and make it look like it was. So he was just adding the snow, and that's the difference between our tutorials. So again, credit to Danny Diamond on the brush. I'm gonna link it down below. And if you guys don't know how to download brushes, I'm gonna show you how to do it real quick. Just go to the brush, go here, go to these settings, then go to load brushes, go to wherever you saved it, click load, and it's gonna load it up. Quite simple. So this is the brush, guys. So as you can see, just basically, so let's create a new layer and put the opacity and flow back up. So that is what the brush is doing, basically just adding snow, but we want to be smart about it. We don't want to just brush everything. It's just not gonna look realistic enough. So the way that we're gonna make it look realistic is by making sure we add depth to the snow, and the way that we're gonna do it is we're gonna make large, basically we're gonna vary the size, and maybe we're gonna blur some of this as well. So I think we're gonna start from the medium kind of snow. So that would be the snow that is sort of should be in focus if you think about it. So something like that, I think. Let's just start adding it. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough. Let's do up the opacity a little bit. Now let's create a new layer, and we're gonna make very big ones now. So that's basically gonna mimic snow that is quite close to your lens. It's gonna be big and blurry. Alright, that's a little bit too big. Let's do it again. Okay, and drop the opacity quite a lot. And now let's create really small ones, like on a hair. On a sweater, and just in between some of these places. Now let's really drop the opacity here. Alright, so basically you guys can spend more time on this and kinda perfect it, but that's the gist of it. So let's see what we did with the snow. Alright, so now seeing that there's a little bit going on her eye, it's really distracting. So again, I'm gonna use a layer mask. Just press here to add a layer mask, and let's paint with black. Let's take a soft brush. Let's just paint this. Alright, so that kind of fixed it, and this is looking pretty good. So let's just from this point gonna try and make it a little bit better, but it's not quite where I want it yet. So basically gonna keep doing what we did in the beginning. So this is basically how you do it. That's how to take an image that is pretty warm and really doesn't look anything winter-esque, and really take the colors and make them look like winter colors, like cold colors, and also add the actual snow. So obviously spend more time on this, make sure everything is exactly how you want it to be, and also you're probably gonna end up with a little bit of a different result every time you make this kind of change to your image, this kind of edit. It looks a little bit different every time, so that's why also this doesn't look exactly like like my original edit, but that's basically how you do it. I hope you learned something new. Please subscribe because more videos are coming soon. Also give me a like and drop a comment if you want to. If you have any suggestions or more tutorials that you would like to see, let me know. So that's it. Peace out.